Hey Capricorn, how's it going? So basically I'm going to be doing your past life reading for April 2022. And just want to remind you to please like, share, and subscribe. And also check your other placements, sun, moon, well basically check all of them. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, as well as South Node. And the reason that I am incorporating South Node is because South Node has to do with what you brought when you came into this life. For those of you that believe in past lives. Now, there have been theories that some of these lives are basically can be considered simultaneous lives, which basically means if you subscribe to the system of thought when it comes to basically everything is happening now, then it's basically saying that all these things are happening on different realities and different timelines. So I resonate with both, past or simultaneous. Regardless, it basically just means a different version of your soul, or a different soul experience, that your soul experienced many, in different lifetimes. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Spirit to help me move out of the way, my own ego out of the way, so I can do this reading for you and become a clear channel with no actual input from me as the reader. Okay, Spirit, allow me to be a clear channel for Capricorn's past life energy, April 2022. What are the messages for Capricorn, past lives, April 2022? What are the past life messages for Capricorn, April 2022? Transportation. Okay, so when the transportation card basically comes out, it's basically just saying that sometimes this comes out when, what I'm getting is basically, some of you are, either you work with, with railroads, or you work with, like making, an example would be like making railroad spikes, or the tracks that are laid down. Just basically anything for transportation. Some of you, I'm seeing that you work in like airports, so I can see you like directing the airplane, luggage, things like that. But you're basically in the transportation field. So this could be anywhere. This could be basically working inside of an airport. This could be a taxi driver. But it's saying that basically, you have for the ones that this resonates with. Basically, it's saying that you have done this in many lifetimes. So transportation has always been a theme. Now, if some of you might have actual phobias when it comes to transportation, such as boats, or some of you might have had actual accidents in this lifetime, and it might actually be the past in this lifetime, but just know that that's something that's been reoccurring in every lifetime. So when it comes to transportation, just know that that's a wide perspective. It's a wide area, and it involves a lot of different things. So it can be planes, trains, automobiles, you name it, anything when it comes to that. So you might work at travel agencies. A lot of you, I feel like, though, is working with your hands, and you're making metal and stuff like that. An example would be some of you working in factories making car parts. That would be transportation. So just know that if this is something that you do and you love this, or even if you hate this, just know that it's a reoccurring theme from a past life. So that's pretty much what I have for you for that card. What other messages does Capricorn need to know for April 2022? What other messages does Capricorn need to know for April 2022? In regards to past lives, what are the past life messages for Capricorn, April 2022? Okay, so some of you, I feel like some of you work as correctional officers, or you are on the other side of that coin, which is, you've been to prison, or you're going to prison, or you've been in and out of prison, jail, things like that. Now, what that just means is that's another thing from a past life, and if you might have some type of phobia or fear of getting locked up. Like an example would be some of you, always being paranoid of this, or you actually might have found, some of you, I feel like you've had some emotional issues when it comes to this, and even been abused to the point of being locked up or locked in your room. Parents or babysitters, something like that. Something in regards to that theme, which, that's terrible. I hate that for you. But if you have this fear, just know, and even the people that might have done this to you in this life, if you've experienced this, it's a pretty good, pretty good chance that they did it to you before. So it's just a karmic cycle that needs to be cleared. Also, again with the phobias, if you have phobias about this, like you're always paranoid or you find yourself looking over your shoulder or things like that, that's one of the things. And many of you, I can see you as just big dudes that are working in corrections, and some of you actually might be dog catchers, where it's the words, the roles are reversed, and you are just doing it for animals or something like that. But that's what I'm getting with that. So just know that's where that comes from. And if this is a phobia you have, definitely seek medical help or a past life regressionist to try to figure out what this is, so that you can actually figure out what that is and come to kind of end it, so that way you don't have to still suffer from previous memories of lifetimes. What other messages does Capricorn need to know in regards to past life, April 2022? What other messages does Capricorn need to know in regards to past lives, April 2022? Spouse. So some of you have an actual spouse that's on the inside, or you're on the inside, or the spouse is like watching this to figure out what's going on. Some of you actually might have met your spouse in jail, like say through pen pal letters, or some of you actually might have gotten out and actually married one of the guards. It could be many different scenarios, but what this is basically saying is that your spouse and you have been together in other lifetimes. So if when you first met, it was just strangely or eerily familiar. That's why it's a karmic situation in which you came to balance the scales of karma, or just learn lessons that perhaps you didn't learn or were too stubborn to learn in another life, or it could just be one or both of you balancing karma between each other from other lifetimes. An example of that would be, say that one of you wasn't as a good a parent, and say that we're talking to the male Capricorns, and one of you wasn't a good parent or something like that, and was always working, something like that. So in this life, your roles might reverse. You might have incarnated into a female body, and you are the woman to experience that. Perhaps if you were always working, the man in your life now is in jail, and so he's having to co-parent from facility or imprisonment, or he could be working, he could be imprisoned and actually working on the railroads or something to do with transportation as part of a work release program. So it can be a lot of that, but that's where those phobias come from, and it's also where where it just basically says everybody that you meet that is your spouse, and you usually have lessons again to learn. So whatever resonates, don't make it fit if it doesn't. And I just want to thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, all your comments when you do comment. And if you want to know more information when it comes to past life, because it can go really, really deep, you can always book a session with a past life regressionist, or you can book a session with me in regards to to do an actual personal reading. That way I can get in tune with your energy. Right now I'm reading for a collective of Capricorn, so I'm getting messages all the way around, hearing, seeing, smelling, all of it. But again, thank you for watching, and this is basically what I have for you for April 2022 in regards to past lives. Stay tuned though to my channel, because I'm going to be doing eclipse readings for April 2022. We have an eclipse in Taurus at the end of the month, I think April 30th, and then we have another in May. So I'm going to basically do one reading for both of those months in regards to just eclipses for all signs. So it'll be one video. So hope you have a great rest of your month, and thanks again for watching.